And this is a big breaking update that we begin this edition of The Big Story with. The ISIS Daesh group has claimed responsibility for the rocket attack that we have seen earlier, intended towards the Kabul airport. These, remember, were rockets that were fired with an intention to cause harm towards the Kabul airport. But the missile defense system, right now working at the Hamid Karzai International Airport, was able to detect them in time and they were destroyed. But as I said, we are learning now that the ISIS, that is the ISIS Daesh, has claimed responsibility for the rocket attack. On your screen right now, you're looking at multiple videos that have been accessed only by Republic that shows you the extent of damage these rockets were capable of causing. These, remember, were Russian-made rocket launchers that were destroyed well in time. This is one more video where you have seen that impact there on the screen. Right now, the rockets thwarted by the missile defense system. We are also bringing up this map now that you will see going up on your screens in just a bit that will give you a larger sense of what we are talking about. That on your screens is the Hamid Karzai International Airport that was the intended target of the attack. The rockets were launched from Khair Khana. This, remember, again, is not very far from the Hamid Karzai International Airport. The idea, ladies and gentlemen, was very, very clear: to cause damage, to cause casualties, as we have seen evacuation flights that have continued to fly out of the Hamid Karzai International Airport ever since this morning. Do remember, tomorrow is August the 31st. That is a deadline where you will see most of the US troops moving out of Afghanistan. Not one, not two, but 5 rockets that were fired earlier, but they were all destroyed in time, thereby not causing any casualty, not causing any damage. But this, remember, again makes you ask the big question that who today is in charge of what is happening in Afghanistan? The ISIS now has claimed responsibility for these rocket attacks. We are also standing by to get you more updates with our colleague Niranjan, but I think we also have some reactions coming in. In fact, Republic, the only global media network very close to the site of the rocket attack. This is our colleague getting you more of what he has seen.
Hi everyone, you are watching Republic World TV from Afghanistan. Here is the place that the rocket has been hit to Kabul airport. Fortunately, it defended by Kabul airport radar system. Other detail you see in video. Thank you.
All right, so you saw that ground report also. Let me also now get in our colleague Niranjan, who's standing by with more details for us. Niranjan, this is a big breaking update. The ISIS had claimed responsibility for the rocket attack, but do we really know who today has a handle on the situation in Afghanistan?
Well, I want to show you something, Aditi, and I have 2 pictures to show you, right? This is Kabul 2021, right? And watch the picture very closely. If my video journalist can just focus on the car that was used this morning to launch the rocket attack, you will see here the Katyusha rockets, right? You see there are at least 6 rockets that are seen here. 6 rockets that were spotted. 6 rockets, and the rocket canisters that were spotted in this picture. And this picture was taken by our reporter, right? And our reporter was there on the ground, and this is the picture he sent us of the car that was destroyed with the rocket launchers, right? Look at this very carefully, and now look at this picture, tweeted by a journalist, Bilal Sarwari, and he had posted in 2021, April 2020, that the Bagram airbase was targeted by the Taliban. Note how interesting this is. He had said the Bagram airbase was targeted by the Taliban. Around 5:40 a.m., this vehicle was used and at least 5 rockets were fired into the Bagram airbase from Kalacha village A security source tells me, photo shared with me. And the date of this is April 2020. Date is April 2020, right? And look at the pictures, very, very interesting. And that's why it's so similar, and it gets even more interesting. Look at the pictures here. Exact same manner in which those rocket launchers were placed in a car. Exact same manner. You will see that if I can ask my colleagues there to just open this image, I'll just show you. If they can just open this image, yeah, the image is just opening up. And you will see how similar it is. Look at this. This was 2020 in April. I'm just going to try and take a screenshot. I don't know whether I can, but I'm going to try. Okay, I'll try and take a screenshot. Right? Just give me a second. Yeah. This was the rocket that was used in a car in April 2020. This is Bagram, April 2020, right? And look at the similar sort of picture, similar sort of canister that was used in April 2020. This was a Taliban, is what the Afghanistan government and the administration had claimed, right? I'm going to write that in red. It was the Taliban that attacked the US airbase, the Bagram airbase, with exactly the same kind of, let me try and show you that once again. I'll just go back to the pictures here. Look at that. I'll show you the other picture as well. The first picture, there were two pictures. I'll show you the first picture as well, right? And you'll see how similar it is. Yeah, this picture, yeah, of the car burning. This was outside the Bagram airbase. Look at this. You see this car, Dipti, you see this canisters, the rocket launchers inside a car, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This was Taliban. I'll take a snapshot of this as well so that I can just tell you the story. Okay, I just lost that. I'm going back to the picture. Okay, I'm saving this picture. So this was Taliban in April 2020, and this is Kabul in 2021. Look at this. Kabul in 2021, and the ISIS has claimed responsibility, right? They claim that the ISIS is claiming responsibility. So in 2021, exact same kind of rocket launchers, exact similar modus operandi, 6 rocket launchers. They said 5 rockets were fired towards the Kabul airport. And this is Kabul 2021, and ISIS has claimed responsibility. And exact same operandi used in April 2020, 5 rocket launchers. And yeah, let me have this, yeah. And I'm just going to try and show you that, of this still, of the other still picture that we had. Look at this. Back then it was Taliban, and then now they're saying in 2021 it's ISIS, and that ISIS has claimed responsibility. We don't know. Very interesting, Deepti. They're saying it's the ISIS which has claimed responsibility, but 2 attacks in 2 years, and they're so similar in the last 1 year, and they're so similar, and they claim that ISIS carried out today's attack. And while a similar attack in 2020, April, was carried out by the Taliban. Taliban back then had gone on to fire similarly 5 rockets at the Bagram airbase, and look at the date, April 2020. Very interesting. Just as the ISIS, they said that the ISIS had claimed responsibility. I wanted to show you the picture. Look at the picture once again of the Kabul this morning as we were reporting. It's a picture taken by a Republic TV reporter. This is the picture, and I mean it's so similar, so eerily similar. Just the names are changing, right? We are saying that's what we're saying here at Republic TV. Just the names may have changed, but the terrorists are operating under one rule of terror, which is the Taliban rule. And under Taliban watch, the rocket attack happened. Now we don't know. I mean, different terrorists have different names. There are different terror groups, but what they're doing is exactly the same. Kabul 2020, this morning, 2021, they're saying that the ISIS carried out the attack. Look at this. Exactly the same way an attack was carried out 1 year back, very close to Kabul in Bagram Air Base. Exactly the same manner in which the rocket launchers were used, packed in a car. This was Taliban, and they're saying this is ISIS. and in both times very close to Kabul. Very interesting. Just wanted to point that out. Back to you for now. Back to you for now, Deepti.
Niranjan, for the moment, thank you. You know, this is much like Amrullah Saleh said, that Taliban denying the ISIS link is like Pak denial and Quetta Shura. And I think we let our viewers decide this. And more so, I think, is this the US trying to push a particular narrative?